infrastructure in the country. Although a large sum of resources are wasted in the past due to various policy and institutional malicious and weaknesses, there are also several evidences to show that the selection of right institutions for project execution can even defy the policy odds and produce the edifices that deliver the results in a sustained manner at affordable cost. These provide us the ray of hope for future development. Let us revisit some of these brighter sides of the story that ought to be the appropriate development course for the future, hoping that the strengths of these institutions will not be demolished by the irrational interventions. Argali Irrigation Project. The first canal, known as Rajkulo or Jethikulo in Argali VDC of Palpa district, was constructed more than 400 years ago with support from the then king of Palpa, Mani Mukunda Sen. The source river is Kurungkhola. The system was later expanded with the addition of 3 new canals named at Mahili, Sahili and Kanchikulos. Prime Minister Juddha Samsher Rana also provided grant assistance for the rehabilitation of the system some 100 years ago. The system has year-round irrigation covering ward number 1, 3, 5, 7, 8 and 9. The total command area of the system is 96 hectares, serving 652 households. This traditional system is one of the best examples of a viable and well-functioning local community institution. The main features of the system operation are as follows: democratically elected water users committee, formulation of an equitable constitution on a participatory basis, strict enforcement of the constitution by the executive committee, use of velocity-corrected wooden outlets for equitable water distribution, user contribution based on the area irrigated, existence of cash funds for maintenance collected from the users based on area irrigated, practice of rotational irrigation during months of water scarcity, provision of daily monitoring of canal and dam conditions by users on a rotational basis. The chairperson of the system talks about the working of the system since its formulation and says, "This system was constructed with a self-engineering and indigenous knowledge of the people. Fund is raised from the users themselves for the maintenance of the system, depending on the size of the land holding. There are strict rules which every user has to abide by or face penalties. There is no discrimination against any user, so the system is running very smoothly. During 2038-39 Bikram Samvat, His Majesty's Government of Nepal gave us 4 lakh rupees for the maintenance of the system. But since they did not let us use the funds directly, we could not accomplish much rehabilitation work. They hired the contractor on their own, who did not do a good work despite our supervision." Bhor-Java Second Community Irrigation Project, Sundarpur BDC, Moran District. This system, located in Ward number 4 of Sundarpur BDC of Moran District, was first constructed by a local landlord in 1958. He offered the system to be used by the neighboring farmers at a rental charge of 20 kg food grain per bigha per year. Later, the system was rehabilitated in 1968 by selling his land. The second rehabilitation was done after the implementation of SSDP by ADB Nepal with the assistance of IFAD. ADB Nepal provided technical support, whereas the farmers provided the unskilled labor during the construction of the canal. The system is in good condition and is functioning well. It is a very cost-efficient system, which shows that the irrigation does not necessarily have to be expensive. The cost per hectare of the system is only rupees 12,100. There is democratically formed users group and executive committee who have devised the operational rules and regulations which are agreeable to all the users. penalty provisions are also strictly enforced. The WUC has sufficient cash balance for the operation and maintenance of the system. This system shows how the irrigation systems can run efficiently without any long-term liability to the government. Botighat Bridge. Botighat Bridge is being constructed by the users on Budi Rapti River. The bridge with all-weather access links Khumroj with Bocholi VDC of Chitwan district. The elated confidence of the local people after the successful completion of Hernari Bridge without any external support led them to initiate this huge task. They decided to construct the bridge by local fundraising, and the work is in progress. Construction of the piers and abutment is complete, but beam and slab castings remained incomplete as they lacked adequate funds. However, no one can deny that it is a Herculean task for the community people who dared to embrace such challenge of executing such a huge project without any external support. The people engaged in this endeavor have already made wise use of locally collected 616,000 rupees in the construction work. A technician estimated that it would require another 1.4 million rupees to complete the work as per the design, but the local people feel that they can do so with only half that amount. This is a rare type of huge construction work initiated by CBO in Nepal without external funding and the technical support. The team learned from the observation that if the community people are provided with a proper technology, the bridge like this could be built in a cost-effective way with no quality compromise as compared to high-cost bridges that the government builds. IDE Treadle Pump. The treadle pumps are massively promoted in many districts of Eastern and Central Development Region. Rangapur Dinajpur Rural Service RDRS, an NGO in Bangladesh, developed this pump in 1980, which came to Nepal few years after. This technology is very cheap and thus highly suitable for the poor farmers with a very small land holdings. Many poor farmers with around 0.1 hectare land have benefited from the vegetable cultivation using the treadle pumps. IDE and INGO has been promoting the technology by helping the farmers as well as the manufacturers for the use and fabrication of rower pumps, treadle pumps, for irrigation and drinking water purposes in Tarai. ADB Nepal also provides loans for installation of treadle pumps. The pump is mostly sold in cash since the cost is only rupees 1,300. The parts are easily available in the local market as they are all made by local manufacturers. The manual pumps are virtually maintenance-free. The farmers find no difficulties in replacing or repairing few small problems such as the changing of the valve. An estimated 13,280 such pumps have been already sold to the local dealers, which has helped irrigate more than 1,300 hectares. The per hectare cost of the system is calculated at 14,600 rupees. It is an irony that while rich-friendly large irrigation systems continue to enjoy heavy subsidy, there is no government subsidy for such a poor-friendly technology. Is this compatible with the poverty alleviation objective of the 9th plan? Sora Moja Irrigation System. This stream, located 23 kilometers towards the north of Bhairava in Rupandehi district, was initiated and constructed by the farmers. Users group who was formed under the initiation of the farmers in 1962 and was managed with verbal understanding without any written rules. The regulation of SMIC was first devised and approved in 1992 and later amended in 1995. It was formally registered in Anandaban Madhuvan Canal Committee, AMCC, at the Office of Chief District Officer, Bhairava, in 1996. It is designed for